But amidst the terror, something unexpected sparked. It happened when Aria dropped an entire stack of binders in the hallway, papers scattering like confetti. His face burned as he crouched, heels wobbling, trying desperately to gather them before someone saw. "Need a hand?" The voice was warm, steady. Adrian looked up into the easy smile of Nathan Hayes, a rising star in the marketing department. Tall, confident, the kind of guy Adrian had always envied. Together they gathered the papers. Nathan chuckled. "That's quite the explosion. I'm Nathan. Don't think we've met." Aria's lips parted. "Aria. Aria Cole." Nathan's grin deepened. "Nice to meet you, Aria. Try not to wage war on office supplies next time, yeah?" He walked away, leaving Aria with a strange flutter in his chest. It was nothing, just kindness, surely. Yet the echo of his smile lingered far longer than it should have. That night, sitting at his vanity with half the makeup wiped away, Adrian whispered into the mirror. "Am I still me, or am I becoming her?" And for the first time, he wasn't sure of the answer. The following week was a blur of controlled panic. Each morning, Adrian disappeared, and Aria emerged, constructed layer by layer until the mirror no longer recognized him. By the time he reached the office, the mask wasn't just painted on his skin, it was stitched into every word, every gesture. But the mask cracked the moment Nathan appeared. It started small. A wave by the coffee machine. A joke about how the new slogan drafts sounded like a bad fortune cookie. He had a way of speaking that made everyone lean closer, as if the world dimmed just enough for him to take center stage. Aria found herself laughing, really laughing, for the first time since this ordeal began. "Hey," Nathan leaned against Aria's doorway one afternoon, holding 2 cups. "I got an extra latte. You look like you need it." She blinked, caught off guard. Thanks." He stepped inside, handed her the drink, and lingered. "So, Aria Cole. Where'd you come from? I swear, one day you just appeared out of nowhere." The words made her stomach clench. She forced a smile. "Oh, background roles until now. Just needed the right opportunity." Nathan nodded, satisfied with the vague answer. "Well, the place is better with you around." His voice was warm, easy. Too easy. Aria smiled back, though her chest tightened. Each kind word from him pulled her deeper into a web she didn't know how to escape. The real test came at the annual Harrington and Knox Gala, a black tie event dripping with wealth and scrutiny. Veronica herself insisted Aria attend. Seraphine had chosen the dress, a sapphire gown that clung like it had been poured onto her body. Julian had gone heavy on the makeup, smoky eyes, bold lips. By the time they were finished, Aria barely recognized the figure in the mirror. She looked stunning, terrifyingly so. The ballroom shimmered with chandeliers and polished marble. Aria tried to fade into the glittering crowd, nursing a champagne flute she barely sipped. And then Nathan appeared at her side, tuxedo crisp, smile softer than the music playing. "Aria," he said, his voice quieter now, like a secret just for her. "You look incredible." The compliment sent a strange warmth through her chest. She looked away quickly, hoping he didn't notice the blush rising under Julian's carefully applied foundation. They talked for most of the night. About his crazy golden retriever. About her background, carefully curated lies Veronica had approved. About nothing and everything. And for the first time, Aria forgot to act. She forgot to monitor every gesture, every pitch in her voice. She laughed too easily, leaned in too close. It was Adrian who panicked inside, whispering, "Stop. You're sinking too far." But Aria didn't stop. She couldn't. When the night ended, Nathan insisted on driving her home. Rain slicked the streets, neon lights reflecting off puddles. The air inside the car was charged, every silence louder than words. At her apartment, he killed the engine and turned to her. "I had a great time tonight, Aria," he said softly. "Me too," she whispered, her voice trembling. His hand brushed hers. Just a simple touch. but electricity shot up her arm, leaving her breathless. His thumb traced her knuckles gently, and Adrian's mind screamed run, but Aria's heart whispered stay. For a moment, she thought he might kiss her. The air between them tightened, fragile, expectant. But instead, Nathan only smiled, eyes warm. "Good night, Aria." She barely made it inside before collapsing against the door, trembling. In the bathroom mirror, a glamorous stranger looked back at her, a stranger who was falling into something dangerous. Because for the first time, Adrian realized. The lie wasn't just fooling everyone else. It was starting to fool him. Adrian spent Saturday morning in sweatpants, his face unshaven, hair flattened, clinging to the comfort of being himself again. No heels, no corset, no wig. Just him. But Nathan's voice lingered in his head like a song he couldn't switch off. "You look incredible. I had a great time." He tried to bury himself in video games, in leftover takeout, in anything ordinary. But when his phone buzzed and Nathan's name lit up the screen, his chest clenched. "Nathan, no big plans today, right? Thought you might like to catch a movie with me tonight." "My treat." Adrian stared at the text. His heart screamed no. His fingers typed yes. That evening, Aria emerged again. This time she dressed herself, avoiding Veronica's suffocating choices. She picked a navy wrap dress, simple, soft, something she chose. Low wedge sandals instead of stilettos. When Nathan saw her at the door, his eyes widened. "Wow. You look perfect." Her knees nearly gave way. The movie theater was an old palace, velvet curtains, faded grandeur. They shared popcorn, laughed at the trailers. Halfway through the film, their hands brushed in a tub. It was cliché. It was dangerous. And it was electric. Nathan didn't pull away. Slowly, deliberately, he intertwined his fingers with hers. Aria's breath caught. Adrian's mind howled, "You're a fraud." But Aria's heart whispered, "This feels right." For the rest of the movie, she couldn't focus on the screen. Only on the warmth of his hand against hers. Afterward, Nathan drove her home. Rain pattered gently against the windshield, the city glowing in blurred streaks of neon. He parked outside her building, turned to her, and for a moment, neither spoke. "Aria," his voice was hushed, charged. "I've never met anyone like you." He reached up, cupping her cheek with a hand that was both gentle and sure. She should have pulled away. She didn't. Nathan leaned in. His lips brushed hers, soft, questioning. The world shattered. It wasn't like kissing anyone before. It wasn't awkward or forced. It was a current running straight through her bones, a jolt that dissolved the line between Adrian and Aria. For that fleeting instant, there was no performance. No lie. Just a woman being kissed by a man who saw her as extraordinary. She kissed him back. And when they broke apart, breathless, Nathan's forehead rested against hers. "You are the most incredible girl I've ever met." The word "girl" should have been sweet. Instead, it sliced. Adrian's guilt crashed back like a tidal wave. He wasn't a girl. He wasn't Aria. He was a fraud who had just let a good man believe a lie. I have to go," she stammered, fumbling with her keys. "Aria, wait," Nathan began, confusion flickering in his eyes. But she bolted, locking the door behind her. Sliding to the floor, tears streaking her makeup, she whispered to the empty apartment. "What have I done?" That night, half her face scrubbed raw of makeup, she stared at the fractured reflection, Adrian and Aria staring back from the same mirror. And for the first time, the question clawed at her louder than ever. Was she living a lie, or uncovering a truth she had never dared to face? The days after the kiss were unbearable. Aria, Adrian, whatever name fit anymore, avoided Nathan like he was radioactive. She took back hallways to her office, kept her lunches at her desk, ducked into empty conference rooms when she spotted him across the floor. But avoidance didn't silence the phone. "Nathan, did I do something wrong? Please talk to me. Nathan, I can't stop thinking about you. Nathan, just tell me if I crossed a line. I'll back off. But don't disappear. Each text twisted the guilt deeper. Adrian would pick up the phone, type half a reply, then delete it. No words could explain what he really was, a man in a wig, trapped in a contract, playing a role too convincingly. His performance at work began to fray. Reports were late. Presentations lacked polish. In a meeting, he slipped, his voice dipping too low before scrambling to pitch it back up. That afternoon, Veronica appeared in his doorway without knocking. Her heels clicked like a countdown clock. You're distracted, she said flatly. Do you think I don't notice? No, Ms. Harrington. She raised a hand. Spare me. Remember our arrangement, Lena Miller, she let the name linger like a whip crack, exists for the company. No personal drama. No complications. Her eyes narrowed, sharp as glass. Don't make me regret saving you. She left him frozen, sweat dampening the collar of his blouse. Saturday. Adrian let himself breathe. No corset. No heels. Just sweatpants and a hoodie. He ran to the corner market, grateful for one quiet errand. But fate had other plans. From the next aisle, he heard it, the unmistakable laugh. Nathan's laugh. Adrian froze, milk carton in hand, heart pounding. He peeked around the cheese display. There he was, Nathan, laughing with a friend, a bag of chips in his arm. Panic surged. Adrian ducked, pretending to study cheese labels. His mind screamed, don't be seen. But then Nathan's voice carried. So what's going on with Aria? Thought it was going well. Adrian's chest constricted. I don't know, Nathan sighed. She just ghosted me. It's like she's a completely different person now. His friend shrugged. Maybe she wasn't into you. No, Nathan said firmly, his voice softer. She was into it. I could feel it. I just wish I knew what I did wrong. Their footsteps faded. Adrian stayed crouched long after they left, milk abandoned, body trembling. Too close. Too dangerous. The walls of his double life were caving in.